Hey, how's it going? Let's have a conversation about our enemies. There's a lot of false information out here. Um, God doesn't care about your enemies. What God cares about is purifying your heart. And part of doing so is you taking the place as Jesus would take the place. You know, he was ridiculed and spit on and all that stuff, and he never retaliated one time. He never had people that he kept himself isolated from. He just loved everyone. And so that is the test for you as well. Are you going to love people when people come against you? Or are you going to run to the pleasures of your flesh? It's the whole point of the test. And so, there's all these prophets, which prophecy, a lot of people don't know what that is, but prophecy is God says it and then it happens. And so what they're doing is they're operating in the spirit of Balaam. And if you go read that story in Numbers 22, you'll see what I mean, where Balaam was a prophet of God. He knew right from wrong, but God tested him, and he chose to try to get away with what he was doing, which what he was doing is he was trying to help Balak curse God's people. And so God was angry that he would even bring that up, because he was trying to make money off of it. And so, God's like, no, if you remember, that's the same guy that the Lord sent his angel to run his donkey off the road, and then his donkey spoke to him for beating him, right? And so the Lord was trying to stop them from doing that, but because they persisted on doing the wrong thing, God allowed them. He kind of like played along with it, and he let them go to a certain point, and then he took care of it because he already blessed those people. There's nothing that they could do about it, but Balak needed him to curse the people so that he could gain power over them. And that's not what we should be doing. We should not be trying to gain power over anyone. We should be forgiving everyone that we come in contact with, including our enemies. That's what the Bible says. And so a lot of these prophets, they're operating in what's called a familiar spirit. It sounds like God's voice, but it's not his voice, because it goes against, one, God's character, and two, it goes against what the Bible says. And so all I'm going to say is just be very careful about who speaks into your life. A lot of the ones that are doing this are well known, and you probably know half of them. But just be careful with that, because they're speaking curses over your life and you're not going anywhere. You're stagnant because God's not going to allow you to move forward when you have something against what he's doing. So just keep that in mind. Thanks.